What's going on, guys? So, I'm just sitting here in my car, did some work to it last night, and just kind of sitting there monitoring some gauges and looking at it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Just checking my oil pressure, stuff like that. This is boost over here. But anyways, yeah, just kind of looking through. I don't know if any of you guys ever seen inside a Mustang, but not too big of a deal. But you can get in there and kind of change some of your modes or whatever, depending on what you want to do. Kind of get in and look at a bunch of different stuff. It's got your track apps, line lock, acceleration timer, 0 to 60, eighth mile, quarter mile. So there's a few different things you can do now. I usually just use it on trip and fuel. And yes, you're not seeing that wrong. That says 10.7. Guys, that says 10.7 miles per gallon. Now, the main reason it says that is because I'm sitting still in the garage with it running, just checking my oil pressure. But yeah, I am fixing to cut it off, go outside the car and get into this, what I was actually going to talk about here. So, let me get out this thing. Oh, I'm getting old. Let me get out. Yes, I got a little scratch right here on my forehead because I was working on the car last night and the car was in the air on a lift. And just so happens whenever I walked up under the car, I hit my head. I ran straight into that damn lift, straight into the right, basically like this garage door. Bah! But, you know, overhead lift for cars, man, they're thick, solid chunk of steel, so damn near knocked me on the ground. Really, it's hit pretty hard. But what I want to talk about right now is I stayed up late last night and got a damn scratch. No, that's bug guts. All right, so anyways, I stayed up late last night, guys. No, I don't want to say late, but I stayed up pretty late. I stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning and was working on the car. And as you can see out here, it's wet, nasty. It's been raining. So I really don't have the time to drive it. Actually, I do, but I'm not going to drive on these wet-ass roads and take the chance of wrecking or whatever. So, but what I did last night was I took the car up to the shop, to my shop where I work at. Those of you who don't know, I work on cars and trucks for a living. Sorry, I drove this thing late last night. It's got stuff all over it. But anyways, so I took this thing up to the shop last night. And I've done something that I've been wanting to do for a while. Now, this is a performance pack car. So with that being said, these things come with 373 gears. And that's a real good gear for a naturally aspirated car. My other car was 373. It was a full bolt-on car. It ran real good out the hole. And but with this one being boosted, man, the gears are so short, man. It literally feels like I have to shift every 10 to 15, probably shorter than that, probably every 5 to 10 feet. It feels like I got to shift depending on how aggressive I'm driving. But the gears are so short, man. I mean, so what I did was I went last night, put this thing up in the air. I recently went and bought, I told you guys I've been buying parts. So I just been waiting on parts. And so I went last night up there, and I, recently, a couple weeks ago, I bought a 331 rear gear. So to go from 373 to 331. So I went last night and installed it. And those of you who don't know what a rear end looks like on these cars, it's independent rear suspension. So this is it right here. And that is, I don't know if you guys can see that, but right there on the bottom, it says 373. But yeah, that's it. So I had to go take that thing out. It is kind of a lot of work. There isn't a whole lot of bolts involved, but you do have to take your exhaust off, take your axles out, drop your outer spindles, take your brake calipers loose, pull your drive shaft loose in the back end, pull that center chunk out, put the new one in. It isn't a whole lot of crazy amount of work, but it is nonetheless, a pretty good, amount of work. Now, being as I've been doing stuff like this for a while, it took me 2 hours to put it in. That's yanking the old one out, sticking the new one in, filling up with fluid, and getting on down the road. A good solid 2 hours. But I can tell you this: before my gears were so short, I was getting into boost, but I was getting into boost real fast. And as I was getting into it real fast, it just felt so short, like I had no time to play in that boost area. So it was basically just first gear, second gear, third gear real quick. And like I said, you can feel boost, but it's so short because you're going to that next gear and then shifting that next gear. So with this rear end, the 331s, I'm able to I still have to shift fast, but not nowhere near as fast as I did before. So I'm able to play around in that gear a little longer and stay in boost a little longer. So it's a lot more funner to drive. If I had to guess, I've only gotten to drive it once, and I was straight home last night. If I had to guess, I'd say I'm sure I'm getting better miles per gallon. But for the most part, I'm able to play in the boost area a lot longer. It's a lot more comfortable, a lot more easier to control with those gears in there than the 373 gears. So overall, I'm real happy with it. Now the car feels way different. I wouldn't think it would feel so much different, but it feels way different. And when I say way different, it almost feels as if before. It almost feels with the gears I had in before, the 373s. It almost feels with those gears that it was actually faster. But when I say that, I say feels. So that's not really that isn't a guarantee. It's just a feel. So when you're in the car, you're shifting gears so fast that it feels like you're moving faster. But in reality, the new gears I got, you're into boost longer, more, and it's actually longer. You're actually faster that way, being that you're in boost longer. So the car definitely feels like a monster now. It's in boost for a long time. It feels real comfortable, man, driving. It's a lot more controllable, like I said, and you're just gone. So I'm a lot more confident in it. It feels a lot funner to drive around. It's a lot more user friendly, is what I would say. So, am I happy with it? Yes, I would do it. If I had to do it again, I would do it again. I wouldn't. There's no doubt in my mind, especially with this car with the supercharger on it. I would definitely do it. But for right now, guys, that's really all I got. Just want to update y'all on what I did to it and give you my outtake on it and what I think about it. So until I can get some better weather, I can't really do a driving video in it yet. And hopefully I'll try to do that one. The next video I do about the car, hopefully that'll be what I try to put out there. And I hope I don't get pulled over. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.